Good morning, friends. For many years, I had the privilege of living in Orange County, Southern California, and one of my favorite places on earth is Balboa Island in Newport Beach. It's a wonderful island with a sidewalk going all the way around it, which is great for a person who loves to walk. I could never afford to live on Balboa, but I want to talk a little bit about Balboa today and something I learned in one of my recent walks when I was out there on a brief trip. Balboa is surrounded by water on all sides, and it's a lot of yachts that are parked there. It's probably one of the most wealthy residential areas in the world, and certainly in America. As I was walking along, I saw one of the old homes on Balboa that was for sale. In fact, if you had been in Balboa Island in the 1930s, you could have gotten a lot for about $100, a lot of maybe about 300 feet deep, or 100 feet deep and maybe about 40 feet wide, something like that. $100 to $300 they were going for. Well, I saw this old ramshackle place that needed paint. It was one of the most unkept houses on Balboa, but it had a great view. It looked out across the water to Balboa Peninsula and to the Tail of the Whale restaurant, which is a famous landmark in Orange County. And I thought, I wonder what that thing is going for. Just a shack on this lot. And I pulled out the real estate paper to look and see what they were asking for it. They were asking $3.75 million for this ramshackle house on this little lot. Well, it didn't take me long to figure out that the value was not in the house. The value was in the lot. The value was in the site. And I think of that when it comes to efforts to build in our lives a relationship with God. We sometimes think, well, you know what, my life isn't as right before God as it needs to be, and I need to make some improvements, and so we go in some self-improvement venture, and all that's well and good. But what God really wants is not the building we have to offer Him. It's the site itself. It's the entirety of our lives, and He desires to create a temple, if you will, a living temple, not of bricks and steel and glass and wood, but a temple of bones and flesh and sinew and a spirit person who will be indwelt of the Spirit of God. Because you see, He looks at the lot of our life, if you will. He looks at us, and He says to us, I can build something beautiful in the space that you occupy. And when we turn our lives over to Him, He does exactly that. This is the beginning of my last full week with you as the interim pastor at Central Assembly. In just another 7 days now, I'll have the privilege of introducing to you the new pastor at Central Assembly, Dr. James Bradford. And through this week and in the coming days, I'll have more of a chance to talk about him to you. But I just wanted to give you that heads up and to let you know that in these months that I've had the privilege of being with you, it's been a joy to daily share with you something of God's Word for our daily living. I trust that this will be a wonderful week in your life.